Hey there, Paul Espinoza here, back with another video. Just want to once again wish you a very happy new year. I hope you're having a great start to your year. Quickly, just want to think back about the last week's video and what I talked about. I talked about setting goals in 2020 and how to make this the best year of your life. And so I want to encourage you to keep on that path. And last week I talked about 4 specific areas where I like to set goals. And then I talked in addition to that, 4 quick tips that will help you achieve your goals in the year ahead. And so if you didn't catch that video, there'll be a link up in the video right here, and you can actually go watch that at some other time. But today, I don't want to take the time to completely recap that video. I want to jump into today's thought, because I think it'll be monumental as it helps you move forward in the year ahead. Today, I want to talk about shifting from some small, measurable goals, things that we kind of, applaud towards. It's consistency, it's day in and day out. And I want to talk about these epic, huge, massive goals that we set in our lives. They're things that are really outside of our norm. Throughout the years, many people have taken time to define what these goals are. Most notably probably is Jim Collins. He talked about them as BHAGs, big, hairy, audacious goals. And so those BHAGs are these huge goals that we set up in our lives. Sean Covey also talked about these kind of goals when he said, he talked about the WIG, a wildly important goal. And it's real similar to a BHAG. Most recently, my amazing wife, she talked about this idea of DIG. And it's kind of something we're adopting. And so what is a DIG? A DIG is a deeply important goal. And it fits for our life. It fits for our family. It fits for the work that we do and in working with people and so it's one of those things that just really fits for us as we think through this idea of a DIG. Now, the idea behind DIGs is that it's something that's deeply personal towards you and your life, but it's also something that not only has the potential to impact your life, it impacts others around you, and ultimately even beyond that. These are kind of goals that honestly have a greater impact than just me, myself, and I, right? Especially in today's world and today's generation, but they impact others. And so that's the idea behind a DIG rather. And so it's in this important goal that stretches you beyond anything that you can imagine. I think that when you think about these goals, it's not only in the importance of the goal, but it's also this idea of the scale of the goal. And that's where I think Jim Collins had it right when he talked about big, hairy, audacious goals, because they're these massive goals in our lives. They're huge. They're beyond us. And quite honestly, they get us outside of our comfort zone. And so I would challenge you this year in 2020 that you would really take an opportunity to stretch yourself. Set a goal that absolutely scares you. Set a goal that pushes you beyond your limits. And so I'm not sure what those goals are for you or what you're thinking about. Maybe you're thinking about some of the areas we talked about last week, an intellectual goal. Maybe you're talking a physical goal, a spiritual goal, a relational goal. Maybe you're thinking beyond that and you're thinking maybe a financial goal, a professional goal, maybe a family goal. You really have this idea that you want to do something unique and special with or for your family this year. But again, these aren't just measurable small goals. We start there, but these are those epic, huge, massive, DIG type goals that stretch you beyond the ordinary and into the extraordinary. Let me give you an example. So a couple of years back, I, as always, approached the year with really taking time to set goals for myself. And when I was 36 years old, I decided to do 36 goals in my life. And so it was 36 goals for my 36 years of life. And I started off with the goal, and this really it didn't start off as a DIG. It started off more as just one of the goals. And it was enter a BJJ or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament. And, that's not that hard, honestly. Like entering, it's a mental hurdle that you got to get over. And there's some other things with that. But the truth is that entering a tournament is not that big of a deal. So I decided if this was truly going to be a DIG, a deeply important goal, if this was going to be something that stretched me beyond my limits, not only was I going to enter, but my next thought with that was I was actually going to win gold. I was going to take first place in the tournament. So that became the goal. Now, fast forward into the tournament, I'm there. And in between the semifinals match and the finals match, I was was in my head and I had my headphones on and I'm thinking to myself, you're here, you did it, you have the opportunity not just to come and participate in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament, but you have the opportunity to actually win gold. And so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking through it and I'm like, man, okay, what am I going to do? You know, like, I'm going to get in there. I'm going to shake hands. I'm going to bump fists and we're going to go at it. I don't know what to really expect, but what I do know is that I had my opportunity to take gold. I had my opportunity. And so I had to seize that moment. I had to stretch myself. And I told myself, look, you're here. It's do or die. Go make it happen. So I got into the match and the match went on, and before you know it, the match is over and I ended up winning. I ended up taking first place. I ended up taking gold. And what I think about is, what if I would have never set that goal? What if I would have never written it down? What if I would have never verbalized it? And what if I would have never pushed myself to that place? Well, who knows? Maybe I wouldn't have achieved that. But the fact of the matter is that day I went home with gold. And so I don't know what you're thinking about this year. I don't know what kind of goals you're setting. I don't know what kind of epic, BHAG, dig type goal that you're setting in your life, but I would challenge you, set a few goals this year that really are outside of your comfort zone. In fact, what I would challenge you with as we prepare to kind of close out our video today is I would challenge you with setting 3 goals in your life. 3 of these dig type goals, these deeply important goals that you're going to set up in your life. They're going to be bigger than just something you can accomplish in a day. They're may be in your faith journey. They may be in your health journey. They may be in your in some other area of your life, but I would challenge you, take the time to write 3 goals down. And if they look audacious, if they look like there's no way I can do that, if they scare you a little bit, then you're on the right track. So I'd encourage you, it's time to go for gold in 2020. And I would encourage you to just set everything aside and say, you know what? I'm going to reach towards these dig type goals in my life. I'm believing with you that this year you can accomplish what you set out to accomplish, that those dig type goals that you're writing about, that you're setting up, that you're thinking about, that you can actually achieve them this year. I'm believing that this year you can go home with gold. And so with that being said, I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, to consume this content. And if this is helpful for you, would you do me a favor? Would you like, would you subscribe, and would you share on social media with your friends and family members? Heck, would you email somebody and say, hey, you got to check out this video? I would greatly appreciate it. And so hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And here's for taking gold in 2020. Catch you in the next video.